The ending of Gen Z's era.
Hey, what's your favorite cartoon?
YouTube. I watch YouTube.
No, cartoon.
Cartoon?
Mm-hmm. You don't watch cartoons?
What are cartoons?
Damn, what? I'm not that old.
What are cartoons? Is he trolling?
Is it like when they have ads?
What? You ain't never seen Tom and Jerry? Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon. Hey Arnold, you ain't never seen Disney Channel?
I don't know what generation he's from, but maybe it's just this kid. Like, I really doubt that kids don't know what cartoons are. Maybe he knows what cartoons are, he just don't know that they're called cartoons.
What?
Ruby and Max.
Nope.
When I was scrolling on TikTok, I saw this clip and it officially solidified to me that Gen Z's era is officially over. After years of making fun of millennials, it's officially caught up to us. And although the last Gen Z year is 2012, which only makes someone born then 13 now, guess what? If you know what a cartoon is now, you're officially what the kids call, and I'm gonna be referring to things from now on as what the kids call it because I've reached that point, Unk status to Gen Alpha kids. It's so wild that Gen Z and millennials grew up with things similar and Gen Alpha kids are in a complete different stratosphere. So I want to talk about some of the things that Gen Alpha won't grow up with or what they'll have to adapt into society with. And one of the main things I feel kind of bad for them is having to grow with constant cameras 24/7.
The topic is sad, but like I kind of always knew that this was gonna happen. Like I feel like when we were kids and our parents did so much dumb shit, they were like, "Oh, back in my generation, this, and this," and it turned into like a meme or a joke. Like I think we all, if you had a brain, you kind of assume that that was gonna happen to us too, because like every generation feels that way about the forthcoming one. So like we all feel like, yeah, they're really cooked. Like that's what our parents thought about us.
Even envision a world anymore without social media or people recording things in public. And yeah, although most of Gen Z also grew up with a lot of cameras in our face, I would say for most it was a mix of an offline childhood with an internet world. Like for one, we were still watching cartoons on TV and had our childhood networks we watched, waiting for a new episode of
Top 3 of all time: Regular Show, SpongeBob, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Those are the only 3 cartoons you ever need in your life. Hey Arnold for honorable mention for me.
drop and watching it on TV. I remember like clockwork pulling up to the TV at night to watch the new episode of Regular Show or Adventure Time. Also still touching grass and having the whole block just vibing around the neighborhood. Nowadays people can't touch the sunlight around
Adventure
their
Time fell
neighborhood
off.
without disintegrating into pieces. The online world we grew up in was mainly YouTube and all the OG
Yo, y'all remember the old YouTube logo? I remember on the iPad where it wasn't even red. Like it was like a brown TV as a logo. Y'all remember that?
YouTubers. Just watching whatever the type of content they posted. A famous YouTuber could post anything back then and people watched it. Low-key, people try to say Gen Alpha started brain rot, but Gen Z was patient zero to it. Like, have you seen a YouTube poop in 2025? How do we not call this brain rot?
Gay Luigi with one of 8 essential prizes inside.
Yeah, I was watching this on YouTube because I know this type of shit was out there. I was watching, like, me personally, I was watching Dashie and all like shit like that. I wasn't watching this, bro. Like the furthest I probably went in a brain rot as a kid was maybe like Smosh or some shit, like, you know what I mean? But it was never this. Like it was never this.
You will die.
But you know what? At least we can say one thing. This brain rot was made by humans. There was real passion in the bull, at least. Yeah, it may have been brain numbing, but it was our creative brain numbing we put together. For Gen Alpha, there's basically zero offline childhood anymore. Other than them going to school, that's really all the IRL interactions they'll have for the day. Most of the work in school is going to be done on computers with the help of AI too, so, you know, no more creative paper learning.
I mean, to be honest, is this really a problem though? Like AI is going to be developed. I think that we definitely should like regulate the way that happens, but it is going to happen. The youth learning how to like use that vehicle is not really a problem because that's how our parents felt about us when we stopped writing shit on paper and using computers. It doesn't mean computers are not more efficient. Like I could see how they thought like, oh, you need to learn the real skills because this computer shit might not last forever, but it did. And AI definitely will. Like, so they definitely should learn how to use it to like innovate and, you know, make new things and whatnot. But it's just them data centers and everything else that come with it. But I don't think them utilizing AI for work and shit is really like, it's making us dumber, because it's like, as one skill becomes more in demand, one is always going to be out of demand. When you really think about it, the internet is the most advanced tech that we literally have access to as the public. Like we know the government and shit got all that extra shit, like that they don't let us have. But like telling kids not to use AI growing up is like telling an alien or somebody else not to use literally the most advanced piece of technology that they have access to. It's just not gonna happen. You know what I mean? It's not gonna happen. It really isn't.
school. And at the end of the day, that's something older generations are just gonna have to get used to. I mean, with Gen Z, the way older generations were reacting over us looking at internet memes, they thought there's no way these kids are growing up normal. And look at us, we made it out perfectly fine.
Your hair looks very bouncy.
I hate this clip so much. Yo, wherever you are in life, I hate you. I don't know why you did this, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. This is the worst, one of the worst clips on the internet. Like,
Nuke the whole generation. If it were up to me, I would drop an atomic bomb on the whole generation.
I'm more worried about the online radicalization they're gonna face and how that's gonna with their brain. People gotta realize a lot of reasons why people may have an extreme ideology is because they grew up with it and it was drilled in their head from a young age. And when it's drilled so hard into you at that type of age, it's hard to break away from you because it kind of becomes your personality as well. But I think more than likely, a lot will probably just turn out how Gen Z did with the internet and phones. It is sad though that everything is filmed and they can't make the same mistakes other generations did. Like, no matter what age they say something on the internet, it'll be attached to them until the day they die. If they somehow put an archive of COD lobbies when I was an edgy dumb kid, my ass ain't ever getting a single sponsorship on.
that's a fact. I used to be talking crazy on the game. I still be talking crazy on the game. It's just what comes with it.
As a kid being born now, at any time you risk being filmed. You could be born as a family vlogger kid, a fate some would say is worse than death.
This should not be happening. We should not just be putting kids in content, shit like that. Like, that is so weird, you feel me? Like, a lot of the times your parents will make the decisions for you of whatever you do, what sport you play, whatever, whatnot. You can grow up and change that as you become more cognitive and give your opinion. You can't take back being on the internet. Once them clips are out there, they're out there. Like, at some point in time, we still have to like maintain a level of respect for life. Like, life is life. If you can't recall the last vacation you've been on, that you didn't record a single thing and just lived in that vacation, see if you could go 2 weeks without social media. If you can't go a week at home or just do your regular everyday life without like only answering phone calls, detach yourself from the phone, because realistically having billions of people, having access to billions of people in your pocket at all times is not something like that is like healthy for the human brain. I don't think so.
Which I think is going to become a problem in the future, especially with creeps. There's already a ton of people recording people without their consent, and all they got to do to conceal it is buy a little sticker to block the light from letting people know they're recording. You could at any moment be randomly recorded for a failed Riz POV TikTok.
Yeah, God took his time when he made you. Oh, this your girl? My fault, bro.
The only way to avoid getting recorded in the future is gonna be locking yourself up in an insane asylum.
Those like corny shark videos and shit, like I feel like nobody's to blame besides society. Like I keep saying, we need to bring back shame. If everybody just let this nigga know in the comments that he was lame, not by commenting it, by scrolling right past that shit, he would have stopped. You feel me? Nobody is going to go, like, you gotta really understand, bro. At some point in time, people will feel embarrassed if they continue to feel shame. There's a reason now that the phrase all publicity is good publicity is such a thing now. Like, people literally give you opportunities to better your life by being insufferable, and we need to stop that shit.
Dealing with the internet, they're not gonna have a time using it where they're using it with no algorithms. And I know people will say the algorithms have always existed on social media, which yeah, is true, but not to the extent they are now. Algorithms nowadays are constructed to the point where they're as addictive as fen. You can't even get off the apps if you want to. Back then, the beauty of things was finding random rabbit holes and going down a whole genre on YouTube. Viral memes would spread organically through people randomly finding something funny. Nowadays, I can't even keep up with the memes myself. I feel like I'm 20 generations behind already with us. Before, you'd have like a couple of viral memes everyone knew universally. But now, because of TikTok, there's a new one every couple of days, and if you don't keep up with the evolutions of it, you're behind. The 6'7" kid has deadass turned into a whole Pokemon evolution course to the point the kid is now releasing a cryptocurrency.
Hi. Come on in. Leave the door open.
Is this what they're crediting for 6'7"? I never knew that. 6'7" came from a song from a rapper named Skrilla, and then people started making edits to it, like basketball edit, like as people do to any other rap song. How the hell did this little nigga? I'm sorry. How did he become the forefront for this? Like, Skrilla's a black rapper from Philly. This was in a black community before it got to him, I'm very sure. Why are we not crediting Skrilla for starting it? Or, you feel me? That's no hate to him. I'm just trying to say, like, I'm really baffled that somehow he became the face for a meme within black community. I find it very hard to believe that.
Ready to bring 6'7" into crypto.
That's crazy that
Anyone
you
that
could just
gets
do that.
scammed in this deserves it, and I hope he makes $1 million and never gets arrested. I can't get over the fact that AI memes are gonna be a thing that's typical. And I'm not talking about Sora 2 edits of people and stuff. I mean literally AI generated memes like Tung Tung Sahar, or any of the other brain rot AI characters, which they're selling plushies and merch of it and everything. Kids love it. What they're also never gonna experience is the prime of using physical media. Bro, I think even something like flash drives will be unknown to a lot of them. Because now we got cloud media and you don't really need it anymore. Nostalgia of pulling up to your homie's house and them having a collection of games for y'all to choose through, or the family living room DVD collection for y'all to sort through.
Forget games. This is why y'all niggas is so stupid. Forget games. Before there was games, you had to make games. Like when you was waiting in the doctor's office and there was no game. Like you had no choice. You was finna sit in that waiting room and read a magazine about how certain types of shampoo will give you cancer. Like you actually learn things, bro. Like you would be sitting on the toilet. There's no iPad. There's no phone. Like you didn't have to bring it. Sometimes you might, but you didn't always have to bring it with you. Like you might be sitting there and reading the back of like, or find certain words that I knew everybody else in my class didn't know. And then I would try to come to school the next day, make sure the teacher hear me say that shit. You know, I'm really out here doing this shit, teacher. Like, I'm using words and shit. Like, I'm really trying to improve my lexicon. Like, I was really out there, bro. Like, but nowadays, like, that shit is done for. These little niggas is cooked. Like, any dead space, any quiet time, a withdrawal from some sort of screen or device. I used to work with kids, so I'm telling you for a fact this is true.
I don't think it will completely die off though, because people still buy albums all the time, which kind of makes sense because it's one of those things that you can always have as a collectible for the future. But physical movies and games are definitely gonna be dead. They already stopped producing a lot of them for years by now. You might have to go back to it though, because these companies' greed is getting out of hand. Once everyone found out you don't actually own the games you buy, but a lot of them you're just licensing a copy, and if the company you're getting it from, like Sony, loses it, then you lose the game too. It changed people's mind in a snap. Instead of calling it buy on the PlayStation Store, they might as well call it temporarily rent until we lose our license for it, then f you and know you're not getting your money back. That's gotta be illegal in some type of way. Like, what are we doing, law enforcement? It's gonna be crazy in 2050 when kids are doing nostalgia years for the 2000s and 2010s, and they pull up with a collection of DVDs and CDs. I think it might reach a boiling point where people genuinely swing back to having physical things, especially with every streaming platform increasing their prices every year.
I 100% think that because our generation, Gen Z, was flooded with so much technology and, you know, digital products and all these video games and music and all of this, like, since that was so much of our childhood, but in a controlled state, I think there's definitely going to be some sort of bounce back for the next generation on how we raise our kids. Just another instance of what goes up must come down. You know what I mean? Like, all of us are literally going to teach our kids to go outside, and the importance of staying away from the screens too much and, you know, keeping it controlled is literally going to just revert right back to that, and it's going to go back out of style the same way every other fashion thing does. So I wouldn't be too worried. It's definitely a real life example of how whatever generation you're born into is impacted by whatever the fuck they was doing before. And, you know, obviously that's what history is, but it's so crazy to see it in real time, like, for the first time for me, since I'm now older than, you know, these little niggas.
While removing the shows people actually like, there should be no reason Netflix is increasing their price by like $3 every year. That inflation excuse is gone. It ain't 2022 anymore. Instead of actually giving good content, they'd rather pay off Congress to sign some law that says it's the death penalty if you sail the seas. Life was really good though when you just had Netflix and could watch whatever you wanted. And why'd I just find out for Amazon Prime Video that they started charging to use it now? Jeff, you not making enough money from the Amazon subscriptions? Come on, dog. I've been paying you $15 every month for the past 6 years. You could at least give me that. You're just trying to pay off a country to remove a bridge so your yacht could go through it. I just want to watch The Boys for free. Subscriptions are something Gen Alpha is also going to have to grow up with. They're not going to know a world where you could buy something and have it to you and not have to pay a subscription to use it. In fact, I guarantee in 10 years when you're going to buy anything, in order to unlock the full capabilities of the product, you'll have to get some type of subscription.
Not if we stop supporting that shit. Like, something about our generation and like society as a whole right now, you guys cannot unite for anything. Like, at least in America. I live in New York. No successful gathering of people to protest. I haven't even seen that. Never seen a movement actually successfully turn into something positive. Shout out to the people that vote locally, because I feel like that's the closest thing we have now to people who actually band together in the community to make a difference for the better. Like, people say these things as if like we the people don't have to say. It's like, then again, I feel like it's up to those people who have platforms to literally really bring that to the light, that like we the people have power. Like, empower the people with your platform. You know, I feel like a lot of people get platforms and they completely abandon that. Like, I don't think I would ever do that if I get to that point, or when I get to that point. When I get there, bro, just like look back at this clip. Like, I'm never gonna not remind the people that you have the power to affect things, you know what I mean? We don't have to just sit down and lay over and die to these big corporations and elites that run these countries. Like, it's not true.
Cars, it used to be free to use all the car apps, and now they charge you $10 to $20 a month to use them. They're making a car where you're gonna have to pay to unlock the full horsepower. Making a product with something already ready to use in it and then charging to use it is capitalism summed up in 2025. Even Ring, the security camera everyone gets, started charging to be able to see intruders. Imagine not paying $5 a month to see out your Ring camera and someone's breaking in your house but you can't see who it is. Then you get slimed out because you didn't want to throw $5 a month for a camera you spent $100 on already. I've noticed in the past decade they've been doing this for a lot of products. A company will release the product that's cool and everyone in the public loves. Then when the public starts to rely on it, that's when they press the "F you nigga, we push and greed to the max" button. And it always works because a lot of people are still gonna keep with the product even if they increase it. I miss when companies used to be treating customers like customers back then. You look at Apple and see how much they blessed everyone with iPhones back then, and now they're coming up with a new way to charge you for looking at your phone.
Bro, Apple charged me every fucking day. I don't know what they charging me for. I feel like every single day I turn this shit off, bro. I'm like, oh, okay, cancel subscription. I'm like, I won't see this shit again. Then you open the phone next week, right when you got your last $10 in your account, and you see minus $56.78 for Apple related miscellaneous blank. Like, you can't even fully read the receipts. Like, what the fuck is this? Yet my phone never got storage.
And tell me that Apple Care isn't one of the dumbest subscriptions to ever exist. You gotta be one clumsy motherfucker to be paying over $100 every year on your phone for insurance. Put an OtterBox on it and call it a day if you're that clumsy. And the last thing they truly won't experience is things actually being affordable. Things for us are already unaffordable, like houses for who knows how long have been cooked. But at least we could say we grew up in times with a dollar menu that actually costed $1. This is how I weigh the economy. Don't bring me this value meal bullshit at McDonald's. If the McChicken ain't $1, it ain't the same. It wasn't even too long ago that things were going down the right path. Actually, in 2019, for the first time in 50 years, the US unemployment rate was 3.7%. And a lot of the world's GDPs were growing. In fact, it was one of the strongest economic years of the 21st century. Then the big COVID happened and we cooked probably the next 2 generations to come. Corporations decided to use it as a scapegoat to be greedy. The McChicken became $4. Every time I mention that, someone has a heart attack in a random part of the world. Even with normal inflation now, the average cost of a new car in 2050 is going to be between $90,000 to $133,000. And I know that price might actually be normal in that time compared to the income people will be making. But one thing you can guarantee is that minimum wage is gonna stay at $7.25. I can't fathom people are actually working for that much. Imagine working 8 hours and this is what you end up with.
And don't let that go over your head, bro. When he says minimum wage is gonna stay $7.25, in New York at the moment it's $18. The number will get bigger. The value is the complete same. And obviously, I'm not about to explain how inflation works. You know how that works. But you have to really think about it. Why? Why isn't it higher? Why isn't the literal base salary enough to survive in certain states? Like, the gauge of that should be minimum wage in relativity to every state in America should at least be able to afford you blank. Like, if we can't, we the people, the government should be able to explain that to you no matter what state you go to, or not, maybe not whatever state, but majority of states that you go to, minimum wage here will allow you to have shelter, you know, a budget for food and a budget for all the necessities that you need. If they can't explain to us like why most places minimum wage won't allow you to live, then the minimum wage needs to be raised. Like, what are we doing?
$90, don't splurge. It's crazy that even the baseline prices for Gen Alpha is gonna be more. Like, the basic trim of a Honda Civic will probably be $50,000. And they think the birth rate is bad now, just wait until the next generation. Shout out to the young parents and but I dodged the bullet not having a kid in this time. I genuinely will be 2 times poorer if I had a kid right now, and I would probably be broke by now. And I don't even blame the Gen Alpha kids because they'll probably be hunting for scraps by the time they're over. Anyways, that's gonna be it. Let me know how y'all feel about getting old and which retirement home you're picking. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
That was a good video, man. I love watching videos that have to do with Gen Z, not only because I'm in it. You know, a lot of the time I'm playing PC games and like real life sim games and shit like that. So it's like geopolitics and like large populations of people and like decisions for the betterment of society is something I usually like. Like, whether that be in a video game or keeping up with politics, that's really the only part I keep up with. Like, I like the statistics and shit like that. So, but if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you comment and let me know what you want me to react to next. I'm going to be posting videos daily every time, so make sure you click the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification to see when I drop. Thanks for watching.